couple years ago, my family and I went on a vacation. Do you guys have vacations planned for this summer? Anywhere fun? We took our family to Yosemite. It was kind of a big trip. It was hot. But we have a picture up here of our family at a lookout. And if you see in the very back, there's Half Dome, if you've ever been to Yosemite, and it was this gorgeous lookout. But it was an amazing place. I mean, to stand under, a 3,000-foot sheer cliff, granite cliff, and our campsite was like 8,500 feet. It was just an amazing place, an amazing experience. And I have memories, we have pictures, but I remember going there, and I want to go back. And what we want to do this Sunday is talk a little bit about the things that we use to help us remember. Because do you guys know what this weekend is? Does anybody? Anybody? Today's Memorial Day. Do you know what Memorial Day weekend is? It's Kendall's birthday. That's the whole nation celebrating Kendall. Emery, do you know? So we remember men and women who have served, right, in our armed forces, who've lost their lives, just protecting our country. We're not the only country that does that. Every country, people serve their country just to protect them, right? So we set aside one day as a nation to remember those people that have served, given their lives, right? And what we're going to talk about today is that as Christians, though we love living in America, we have brothers and sisters that don't live in America, but you know what we have in common with all of our brothers and sisters around the world? Yes, you do, and you have a lot of them, don't you? We'll pray for you. We, as a church family, they're right there. As a church family, we actually get together and we remember Jesus every week. Not just once a year, we remember him every week. We memorialize Jesus every week. So I use a thing like pictures to help me remember something that is really important to me. Do you guys have a favorite memory? Your hand just went up, so I don't even know. Did you think about it? Do you have a favorite memory? Okay, go ahead. Oh, cool. Okay. Do you have a favorite memory, Ian? What is it? Do you remember? No. Can you tell me? What is it? Can you come and tell me? What is it? Okay, it's a secret. We're going to keep it a secret. Nora? Yeah, Vera, what's a favorite memory? Hold on, buddy. Just hold on 1 second, please. Why is it about camping? We love our camping. Do you remember where you went camping? Was it pretty? So we love our camping in Oregon, don't we? Emery, do you have one? Yes. What is it? Camping and fishing. Camping. All the people that aren't here, you know what they're doing? They're camping. And apparently you wanted nothing to do with Highway 126 going to the coast. Nothing to do with it because everybody's camping. I went to Elkton. Okay. So I'm going to have you just keep your voices down for just a little bit, okay? Because what we do to remember things, actually, do you have a favorite memory? Yeah. Do you remember what it is? What is it?
When I went to Maui.
Who's going to top Maui? So good. What was your favorite thing about Maui, other than it was Maui? The beaches. Did you bring any beach sand home with you? No? See, what we do with things that really are important to us is we do something like that. We take a little bit of beach sand, or we do things to help keep the memory that something really did happen. It really was important to us to keep it alive, to keep it real. I'll show you in a little bit. We do those kinds of things. So let me show you a couple things that we've done to keep a memory alive. If you put the next couple pictures up there. On the left, we had a favorite house bunny, and he was a big bunny, and he actually died He was supposed to live to be like 10. And right during the NFC Championship game, I mean, right at the height of it, I don't know why I remember that, but that's when it was. He just died right in front of us, and it was horrible. We were just watching the game, but it was like we were just a mess and super sad. And so after a while, we ended up having a place where we buried him, but I transplanted a fern right where Chibi is buried so that we could remember him, because he was our favorite bunny. And in fact, my wife told me, you have to move the bunny hutch out of the front yard because I don't want to see that when I come in. It's too much. But we do want to remember him because he was one of our favorite household pets. After several months, we ended up getting 2 more bunnies, not to replace Chibi, but we wanted to remember him. And that was just kind of a way for our family to remember we loved him, and he was a very, very important pet in our family. The next picture is actually, if you can believe it or not, that's my mother, Rhonda. And the guy on the left is my dad. Don't I look a lot like my dad? No. But I grew up, maybe I'm adopted, I don't know. But that's a picture that I keep in my study right in front of me because almost 20 years ago, my mom was killed in a car accident. And so you know how you remember what somebody looks like, but it can get kind of like, what did they sound like? And so I got a picture from my dad just so I could really keep that fresh in my mind. Because 20 years later, you tend to forget, oh man, that really did happen. I mean, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but almost 20 years, you go, no, that was real. That really happened. And so I really wanted something that I could see and just go, yeah, I love my mom. And so we do these kinds of things to memorialize, to keep the memory of someone or something really fresh in our mind. And what I want to talk to you about is the thing that we do, I'm going to give this back to you, to help us remember Jesus. This is from a book called Thoughts to Make Your Heart Sing. Parents and grandparents, super good, super rich. We read this at the dinner table a lot, very short, very good art. But if you've got one in front of you, if you want to read with me, you sure can, okay? It's got a picture of Jesus on the cross, right? I'm going to read this to us. It says, love. What is love? Is it a feeling in your heart? Well, the Bible says that love is much more. Love is patient and kind, never bears a grudge, doesn't demand its own way, always wants the best for someone else, never puts itself first, never gets jealous, isn't proud, doesn't boast, isn't rude, always hopes, never stops. Oh dear, that's quite a list. Who can love like that? Has anybody ever loved like that? Whew. Who can love like that? Only one. He left his father and his throne and came to live with us. And he showed us what love was really like. Because you see, love isn't mostly a list. Love is a person, right? Do you guys know what Jesus did to help us memorialize him, to remember him every time we get together? Do you know what he did? What did he do? He died, but he gave us something to remember his death. He gave us communion. And for thousands of years, God's people have been taking bread and a cup, sometimes around a meal. We just got done eating a meal. But we gather together as God's people to take the bread and the cup and to remember Jesus. There's one author in the Bible says, though you've never seen him, you love him. And by taking communion, we're helping together as a family to remember who we are and how we got here as God's people. It's because of Jesus. Isn't it amazing, guys, that we're doing something that's thousands of years old, something Jesus himself started?